Hello YouTube, this is Heto223 and I am back in the wonderful game known as Hello Neighbor, along with the occasional lag spikes. Now today I have a very special treat for you guys. I figured out a way to breach the map. And the way I've done this is that I'm not throwing random boxes everywhere. I actually need every single box that's in the first night. Yes, the first night. Speaking of that, I'm planning on starting a new series, and this is the first episode of that series, and this series will be known as First Night Experiments Hello Neighbor. Because I'm going to be running a series of experiments on Hello Neighbor that all branch off from the first night, which means that I'm not actually even going to, at some points, I'm not even going to get the neighbor to come out. For the majority of the episode, of this episode specifically, you will not see the neighbor. The reason you're not going to see the neighbor, for the most part, is because, well, the way to breach the map is that you kind of have to build a staircase. And in order to build that staircase, you need a lot of materials, specifically cardboard boxes. Because these are magical building materials that you can do absolutely anything with. So, now that you have all the boxes and the two chairs here, you're good to go, because you're going to need one of these trash cans, but of course they're already here. So first things first, place a chair parallel to this pillar. Make sure that is in line for the most part, because if it's not in line for the most part, then, well, when you try to build a staircase, it's not going to be that pretty. Now, for this first part, you're going to need 6 boxes, and I've done this a few times, so I know exactly how many you're going to need. So you're going to need 6 boxes, and once you have those 6 boxes, go ahead and start building upwards and onwards. Make sure you don't crouch, because from previous experiences of crouching, when you crouch, you cause your tower to explode. That's fun. Hooray for physics. I'm gonna quickly bring all this stuff up, and in the meantime, I'm gonna talk about what I'm gonna do for the next step. So for the next step, I'm going to build yet another tower, but if you notice on this little, if you notice on this little part of the roof, there isn't any actual flat ground, which means that I'm going to have to make my own flat ground. And in order to do that, I need cardboard boxes. But I can also do it with the aid of a trash can as well. Also, another tip, when you're going up these stairs, speed is key. Pressing the W key and going fast is key, because the way this game regulates physics is that the longer you stand on something, the higher chance it has of falling over, because basically you're applying weight for an extended period of time versus touch and go. Because when you just touch and go, it doesn't have enough time to regulate the fact that you're applying weight onto the boxes, or at least for not as long. So instead of, let's say, putting on a full weight of, let's say this guy weighs 150 pounds, instead of that full 150 pounds of weight, instead what you get is that you only get instead like 25 pounds, which doesn't actually cause the boxes to move that much. However, it still causes the boxes to move, which is why you gotta be careful. Now, what I'm doing right now is that I'm building this tower up, of course, but I realized I forgot to grab a trash can. And the reason I need this trash can is because... Oops. Oh man, it's tipping. Just gotta get up here a couple more times, so I'm not gonna need to go back down in a while. Although I might need to go back down if I keep messing up. So, once you got this part down, you can go ahead and just... Just need to throw this to the side for a bit. Throw this to the side for a bit. Grab this box, grab this trash can, place this trash can here, so that way it kind of braces this pillar kind of that I'm making, and this way it'll be a little bit more stable, hopefully. You shouldn't need any more than this many, or this much support in order to get this thing to stay up. However, you might need a little bit of finesse in order to get this tower just right. Now, this is not the hardest part at all. This is probably one of the easier bits of this, because the hardest part of all is you have to get enough boxes up here and get them to stay, which means that you're going to need to do a lot of crouching. Alright, so I've got more boxes now. To be exact, I'm going to need 4 or 5, depending on whether it falls over or not and how many tries I'm going to need. I might as well grab a few more, because this might take a while depending on how well I get this. And wow, I don't know why, but I keep managing to launch myself right there. So what you're going to do now is that you're going to place a chair perfectly on this little edge right here, and hopefully it'll balance like so. Also, the player model also kind of helps in this scenario. Oh, junk. Yes, and this is the most tedious and most annoying part. You really only need 4 boxes to get to the top here, but getting the 4 boxes isn't the hard part. The hard part is getting this stupid chair to stay up. Oh, place the chair in the wrong direction. Yeah, and yes, this also means that you can place it like about right here, and you can then place boxes onto it like so. And it might work slightly better. Ooh, nice save by me. Huh. And junk, no. And there we go. Oh, of course I jinxed it. Okay. And congratulations! You've gotten to the roof if you've been building along. Now, that did take a bit longer than expected, but there's the completed tower right there. And as you can see, it's barely stable enough to allow me to get up here. Well, anyways, though, now that you can enjoy that wonderful and terrifying music. Because when you walk over this one spot, this activates the neighbor's door. Now you get to see the neighbor, and he's completely flipping out. As you can see, he was just jumping for neighbors right there, and apparently now he can see us. Don't worry, they'll change soon enough. I think our tower is falling over now. Nope, it's just about to fall over, though. You can see it moving a bit right there. So, now to the main attraction. So, just go ahead and launch yourself, and congratulations, you have reached the map, and you are infinitely safe from this jerk. You can do whatever you want. You can break into this person's house. Okay, interesting. I didn't expect this to happen. These houses haven't been hitboxed yet. Yes, my puny house compared to his monster one. So, before I jump off, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you'd like to. Even send a despicable comment if you really want to. Have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time of day it is. I wonder how long it'll take before that completely disappears. I just realized that this is a sphere. Uh-oh. And that's how the game ends, with a fatal error after falling into the world.